Lottie, another nerd. We're gonna do a nerd fight. And I think this will be an easy one. I think we're very much of like mind, but maybe we're gonna argue about this one. It's a matter of taste. And I already know one of them we're gonna definitely be like no. But either way, another discussing film was like rank these trilogies from best to worst, and here are the trilogies. So, the Dark Knight trilogy, the Spider-Man trilogy, the Guardians trilogy, and the Captain America trilogy. So, Lottie, we're doing a definitive list. These are, without a doubt, don't listen to anyone else, the best. We'll start at the worst. Out of those four, in your mind, what's the worst trilogy? And justify yourself.
Okay, now this is actually tough. This is actually tough for me. Because the word worst.
Well, out of the four of them, which one will be number four?
I gotta put Guardians. I gotta
Ooh,
put Guardians.
wow. Okay, let's hear it. I'm
Eh,
surprised.
The reason why I put Guardians there is because of impact. The impact Guardians of the Galaxy has on the industry is just nowhere near the other three movies on this list. I enjoyed the Guardians of the Galaxy movies more than I enjoyed the Batman. I enjoyed them more than I enjoyed the Batman movies. I'll go back and rewatch Guardians 2 before I rewatch the third Batman movie. I'm just that is a hot take, and I'm being honest. I will watch Guardians Volume 2 before I'll watch Dark Knight Rises again. But I just can't ignore the amount of people that love that movie. My personal thing, I think the Dark Knight trilogy is the most overrated trilogy of all time. I think it is just so overrated. But I cannot ignore how much it is, how the impact that it's had on the pop culture, that I will be foolish to put it at the bottom.
Well, you just gonna have to call me foolish because I'm doing this purely by numbers, and what everybody else, forget y'all. Here's the thing. I like the Dark Knight trilogy. I love the Dark Knight. I really really like Batman Begins, and out of this, so each of these four trilogies, so that's 12 movies. Number 12 on the list is The Dark Knight Rises, and
Yes.
it's not even close. It's
You
the
know, now when you say it like that, yeah, I'm switching it. And now that when you say it like that, Jesus Christ, you're right. Batman Dark Knight trilogy, you're going to the bottom because it's the worst movie on the list. You're right. You're absolutely
and that's saying
fucking right.
something because Spider-Man 3 is on this list. So,
Jeez.
in a world with Spider-Man 3 on the list, like if the bottom three movies in these 12 movies are Dark Knight Rises, Spider-Man 3, and Guardians 2, and then from there. So, just by numbers, Batman Begins I really liked it, but out of all of the first movies of if you look at every one of these, the first movie in every one of these, Batman Begins is the fourth out of those. Spider-Man
Yeah.
one's better than it, Guardians one's better than it, Captain America the first Avengers better than it. So that by the numbers, it's just the least good.
Yeah.
It only has one top tier movie out of them. So Dark Knight's at the bottom for me.
Yeah, when you say that, when you put it that way, you have completely swayed me. Like when you're right. You're right. I'm stupid. Yeah, put it at the bottom.
There we go. See, definitive list. We're doing it. So if the Dark Knight is number 4, now we have to question number 3, and I don't even think this is all that hard. I think this is
Guardians.
Guardians. It's got to be Guardians,
It
and,
gotta be.
and I'm saying that Guardians 3 is amazing. It's
Yes.
an amazing movie. Guardians 1 is a revelation. It is. I've said what drags it down to number 3 on this list is that Guardians 2 is just not as good. Guardians 2 is like, if this is an Oreo sandwich, it's the missing cream that someone scraped out, you know? It's
Yeah.
you got the two cookies and you just got that little smear of cream and you're just like, where's more? That's how I like Guard, and that's the thing is I like Guardians 2. I really do. But as I said before, in the bottom 3 movies out of these 12, Guardians 3 is it's number 10. So, but yeah, Guardians 3 number 3. So now we're going to fight it out for number 1. This is for all the marbles, baby. Who's runner up in your opinion?
It's the Spider-Man trilogy.
Base.
And the reason why it's number 2,
I know
it's
exactly
because
why.
of Spider-Man 3.
Yes. Yes.
It's 2 of the greatest superhero movies are in that trilogy. But the third movie brings it down.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. It's Spider-Man. If Spider-Man was a duality, just had the first 2 movies,
Yeah.
it could be you could debate it being number 1 on this trilogy. But the simple fact Spider-Man 3 is there to clip at his kneecaps.
You know what the Spider-Man trilogy is? It's that little 3-headed dragon meme where 2 dragons look mean and the one looks like it's just stupid. One looks like a cartoon stupid face, and the other ones look like mean ass D&D dragons. It's that one.
It's literally that, and
yeah.
it's just unfair because the trilogy after that is just, it's not fair. It's not fair.
It literally, the reason why it's number 2 is Spider-Man 3. Like,
yes,
it's just, I mean, it's just not good. I mean, it's better. It's better than Dark Knight Rises, but it's just not good. So yeah, so that leaves Captain America, the Captain America trilogy, and there's an obvious reason for that. Every one of those movies slaps, as the kids say. The kids say slaps still, right?
Yes.
Every one of them slaps, and Captain America: Civil War is a better Avengers movie than Age of Ultron. So
it should have been Avengers too.
So, as far as I'm concerned, there ain't a bad movie in that trilogy.
No.
It's
not a bad movies in the trilogy.
And they get better. The first one's great, and they get better.
Exactly.
And there are honest debates about, is Winter Soldier the best comic book movie of all time? Now, I don't agree that it is, but if someone made a case for it, I wouldn't argue too strenuously against it.
Exactly. 2 of the greatest superhero movies of all time are in this trilogy, just like how Spider-Man is it. But the first Captain America was so good and so inspired. You cannot watch that movie and not feel something. That movie was so inspired. Listen, man, I never was that big of a Captain America fan. After that movie, my brother could tell you I was fanboying for Captain America because this was the first superhero movie I've ever seen that I felt absolutely inspired. I've watched Spider-Man, I felt inspired, but Captain America made me want to be Captain America. I wanted to be Captain America so damn bad to see what that man was doing in that movie. Whenever someone tells me they didn't like Captain America, I always tell them, do you have a soul? Like, how can you watch that movie and tell me you didn't like it? Yes, it might not be it might not be the most action movie you ever seen, but when it comes to because comparing it, of course, Winter Soldier, Civil War are better movies. But when I want to be inspired, when I want to feel something, when I want to be uplifted, I watch the original Captain America movie. That movie is the epitome of what a super, that in my opinion it is S tier when it comes to introducing a superhero character. When it comes to their first movie, the prologue to a superhero, that is how you do it. That is how you do it. It made Steve Rogers, it made Chris Evans a household name. That movie made him a household name. I gotta stop fanboying over that movie. Gotta stop.
Yes, yeah. No, that the Captain America one's great. It was it's not Iron Man great in the sense that Iron Man just set it off, but it really kind of reinforced like these are going to be the top two. These are going to be the guys that are the face of the MCU, and it just did it. As a fan of Captain America, as someone who's read the comics, who understood the character, I was like, okay, they got it. Like, you ever watch a comic book movie and you're like, do they understand this character? What are they doing? You know?
Hmm.
And then sometimes you watch them and you're like, no, they understand. Not only do they understand the character, they've gotten to the heart of it, and they're translating that onto film. That's why you reacted to it the way you did. And then they had these guys. Can you believe it? Marvel Studios had the damn nerve to up their game every other movie, every movie
Yep.
after that. How dare you? How dare you be excellent after already being excellent? Like, I mean, literally, it's like the Bulls winning 3 in a row. That's what it was. They're just
Yeah.
excellent, three in a row. So I can't say too much more than that you hadn't already said. It's obviously Captain America's the number one out of those trilogies. So anyway, that's our definitive list: Captain America, Spider-Man, Guardians, Dark Knight trilogy. Anyone else has a different one? They're wrong.